know, it's amazing how much sci-fi merchandise we go through each week.
We get the good and the bad. We'll only tell you about the good stuff.
Well, you don't have time or money to wade through everything, so we do the work for you.
I've been examining some things here. It looks to me like they've been studying the effects of different mutagens on genetic material.
If you don't think the X-Files movie will satisfy your conspiracy cravings, the new X-Files CD-ROM game might do the trick. What makes this a best bet is that even the top computer gamers will need up to 30 hours to solve this X-Files case.
Are you Dana Scully?
Players become an FBI junior field agent and interact with Scully and Mulder, examine clues, and try to solve an extremely intricate mystery.
Cover me.
You got it.
There are also places in the game where good marksmanship comes into play. The X-Files game is available for both Windows 95 and Power Macintosh computers. We also like 2 rockin' movie soundtracks just released. Check out the X-Files soundtrack album featuring the Foo Fighters, the band X, and this cover version of the Three Dog Night hit One by Filter.
If you're a fan of the Wallflowers, the Godzilla soundtrack album is another best bet. It also features a remix of Green Day's Brain Stew, as well as the hip-hop Puff Daddy hit Come With Me, which samples Led Zeppelin's classic, Kashmir. Come with me. Those are this week's best bets. That's Sci-Fi Entertainment for today.
Time flies when you're talking sci-fi. We'll see you next week. We're heading back to Las Vegas this week to tour the town's best sci-fi and fantasy attractions.
Now your souls are mine!
I'll go behind the scenes of Armageddon, and we'll preview the next wave of summer sci-fi films.
Plus, summer vacation best bets, and Rod Serling's partner, Buck Houghton, recalls the genius behind The Twilight Zone. You've reached the center of the sci-fi entertainment galaxy. I'm Chase Masterson.
And I'm Scott Nance. Every week we start with the latest buzz, so let's get right to the Sci-Fi Wire.
Sony Pictures hopes you haven't had enough of the new Godzilla, because the studio is planning a Godzilla sequel just 2 years from now. But some theater owners may not be interested in running Godzilla 2. That's because Sony demanded a higher than normal share of the first week grosses for the current Godzilla. When it didn't perform as well as expected, theater owners didn't get their hands on much of Godzilla's revenue.
I was learning. Learning what? How to kill us.
The release of the long-awaited sci-fi thriller Virus is being pushed back again, maybe to as late as next year. Universal's already run full-page ads for the high-tech monster movie in magazines like Fangoria, touting its release next month. But the filmmakers still aren't happy with the special effects. The film was originally scheduled for release last year, so when the special effects are finally finished, they better be pretty darn special.
The truth is something you never guess, never have predicted.
The X-Files movie, Fight the Future, was a powerhouse at the box office last weekend. Scully and Mulder's big screen debut pulled in a whopping $31 million in its first 3 days. That's the 4th biggest opening of the year, behind Godzilla, Deep Impact, and The Truman Show. The X-Files also became the 4th biggest opening ever for its studio, 20th Century Fox. And if you want daily sci-fi news updates, check out the online Sci-Fi Wire. Just point your browser to www.sci-fi.com.
You know, speaking of the X-Files, I'm a rabid convention goer, and I just had to bring this video in. Now, there are X-Files fans, and there's X-Files fanatics. I categorize this woman as a fanatic. Can you believe this?
Oh, that had to hurt.
I wonder how many times she's seen the film so far. Well, with the X-Files, Godzilla, and Deep Impact already in theaters, And Armageddon on its way next week. The summer movie barrage has just started. Starting July 10th, Small Soldiers will be the first of the next wave to do battle at the box office. It's about a group of toy action figures that come to life to fight the monstrous Gorgonites.
Commandos, 10 hut!
The humans involved in the action include Interview with the Vampire's Kirsten Dunst and the late Phil Hartman. John Rivetta and Joe Dante called the shots, and Academy Award-winning creature maker Stan Winston made the toys.
If low-tech fantasy is more to your taste, watch for The Mask of Zorro on July 17th. This romantic fable stars Antonio Banderas as the swashbuckling Latin hero who defends the powerless and leaves a sword/Z to mark his turf. Catherine Zeta-Jones co-stars as Zorro's love interest, and Anthony Hopkins plays an aging former Zorro who passes on his secrets to Antonio. Expect some amazing horsemanship and lightning-fast swordplay.
Will you go out with me?
Just scheduled for July 22nd is a new teen horror movie called Disturbing Behavior. Described as sort of the Stepford Wives Go to High School, Disturbing Behavior features a sexy young cast led by Dawson's Creek star Katie Holmes. On August 5th, the venerable Halloween series returns with a 20th anniversary installment, hence the subtitle H2O. And former Scream Queen Jamie Lee Curtis makes her first Halloween appearance since the second film back in 1981.
Then, on August 14th, get ready for The Avengers.
How now, brown cow?
Ralph Fiennes and Uma Thurman star as John Steed and Emma Peel in this ultra-hip, retro sci-fi adventure. Joining them is Sean Connery, who gets to ham it up as a villain with a killer weather machine.
You'll pay for that.
Looks like one hot summer in some cool theaters. There's more sci-fi entertainment on the way. We'll venture behind the scenes of Armageddon. And the producer of The Twilight Zone recalls the legendary Rod Serling. Approximately how many meteors strike Earth's atmosphere each year? Stay tuned. The answer may surprise you.